Today we're taking a look at these NBA matches, which are happening on Sunday, January 2nd, 2022, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. 5 plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 500 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting advice that ends up costing you a lot of money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks and advice. Miami Heat vs Sacramento Kings. The Kings are looking to build off of their success against the Dallas Mavericks over the weekend. They hit a buzzer beater in dramatic fashion to knock off the Mavs on Wednesday, but followed it up with a loss on New Year's Eve. They have been incredibly inconsistent this season, especially on the defensive end of the floor. This Kings team can't be trusted on defense. They gave up 112 points to the struggling Dallas Mavericks without Luka Doncic on the court. Imagine the kind of damage Jimmy Butler, Tyler Herro and Kyle Lowry can cause in this game. The Heat are averaging 119 plus points in their last 2 games. So they're clearly going to feast on buckets in a matchup with the league's third worst scoring defense. But the biggest problem for Sacramento in recent outings has been their offense. Where did it go? They're shooting a pitiful 43.7% over a 3-game span, with back-to-back games of them scoring less than 100 points. That's a problem when receiving a visit from an opponent as stout defensively as the Heat. Butler is one of the best two-way players in basketball, leading the league's 7th-ranked defensive team. They'll continue to put pressure on a Kings team that's actually playing worse offensively at home than they have been on the road. Our first betting advice is to pick Miami Heat to cover the spread. The Kings have to make up their mind and pick a struggle. They can't struggle defensively and offensively. They couldn't muster more than 96 points in back-to-back games against the Dallas Mavericks. Keep in mind, they were playing against a Mavs team without Luka Doncic. If not for a game-winning quarter three-pointer from Chimezie Metu in the first game, they would have gotten swept in the 2-game meeting. The Heat will be even tougher defensively, and they have guys on the floor that can get more buckets than a shorthanded Mavs team. Our second betting advice is to pick over the total. Quick reminder, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. 5 plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 500 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting advice that ends up costing you a lot of money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks and advice. I wouldn't be too worried if I were a Suns fan. Maybe they were tired from the long flight from Oklahoma City, where they played on Wednesday. Or maybe they were thinking about their New Year's Eve plans later that night. They only shot 41% from the floor, but even worse, they allowed the Celtics to shoot 54% from the floor. They also got pounded on the boards 51-37. Devin Booker led the way with 22 points and 6 boards, while Cam Johnson added 20 points. Jalen Smith chipped in with 19 points and 7 boards, while Chris Paul had 14 points and 8 assists. Ayton and his backup JaVale McGee are both out in COVID protocols, as is Jay Crowder. The Charlotte Hornets have been a team on the rise, as they will be eager to build on their current 3-game win streak after taking down the Pacers in a 116-108 road win on Wednesday. Terry Rozier led the team with 35 points on 13 of 23 shooting. LaMelo Ball tallied 21 points with 12 rebounds and 9 assists, while Gordon Hayward chipped in with 18 points. As a team, the Hornets shot 51% from the field and 9 of 26 from the 3-point line as they took control early with 71 points in the first half to build an 18-point lead, which allowed them to cruise in the second half. Our first betting advice is to pick the Suns. The Charlotte Hornets have rattled off 3 straight wins to improve to 19-17 on the season. They are 7th in the Eastern Conference. They are coming off a 116-108 win over the Indiana Pacers on Wednesday. They shot 52% from the floor and held Indiana to 42% shooting. They also had 12 steals and forced 18 turnovers. Terry Rozier had a huge night, dropping 35 points and grabbing 7 rebounds. He had 5 threes. The Phoenix Suns have cooled off a bit lately as they've lost 3 of their past 4 games, and they will be hoping to bounce back after getting thrashed by the Celtics in a 123-108 road loss on Friday. Devin Booker led the team in scoring with 22 points, 6 rebounds and 4 assists. Cameron Johnson added 20 points. Jalen Smith scored 19 points, while Chris Paul chipped in with 14 points and 8 assists. As a team, the Suns shot 41% from the field and 11 of 35 from the three-point line, but they were in trouble right from the start as they fell behind by double digits in the first quarter and by 26 points at halftime before they even found their footing in the contest. Booker had a rough shooting night as he shot just 7 of 26 from the field, while no bench player finished in double figures in scoring. Our second betting advice is to pick under the total. Dallas Mavericks vs Oklahoma City Thunder. Dallas is scoring an average of only 105.5 points per game, which is 24th in the NBA. The Mavericks are shooting 44.9% overall and 32.8% from behind the three-point line. Doncic is the leading scorer for Dallas, but in his absence Porzingis is the top scorer with an average of 20.6 points per game. Jalen Brunson is next in line and scoring with an average of 16.3 points per game. Brunson is the leader in assists with an average of 5.6 dishes per contest. Dallas averages 23.6 assists and 11.4 turnovers per contest. The Oklahoma City Thunder have been in decent form lately as they've won 5 of their past 8 games, and they will be looking to stay hot after making light work of the Knicks in a 95-80 home win on Friday. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander led the team with 23 points on 9 of 24 shooting. Aaron Wiggins added 13 points, while Ty Jerome chipped in with 11 points off the bench, but no other player finished in double figures in scoring. As a team, the Thunder shot just 41% from the field and 18 of 43 from the three-point line, but this win was all about their defense as they led by just 1 point at halftime before tightening the screws in the second half, where they held the Knicks to just 31 points to win easily in the end. Oklahoma City is allowing an average of 107.4 points per game, while opponents are shooting 44.2% overall and 35.7% from behind the three-point line. The Thunder are allowing an average of 48.5 rebounds per game, which is 30th in the NBA, and Oklahoma City as a team averages 46.3 rebounds per game, which is 6th. However, the top 3 leading rebounders for Oklahoma City are out, and therefore the current leader is Gilgeous-Alexander with an average of 4.8 boards per contest. Dort is the leader in steals with an average of 1.0 per game, and the SWAT master is Gilgeous-Alexander with an average of 0.7 blocks per contest. Our first betting advice is to pick Dallas -6. The Oklahoma City Thunder are scoring an average of only 100.2 points per game, which is 30th in the NBA. The Thunder are shooting 41.4% overall, which is 29th, and 31.0% from behind the three-point line, which is the 30th. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is the leading scorer for Oklahoma City with an average of 22.7 points per game, while Luguentz Dort is the second leading scorer with an average of 16.3 points per game. Josh Giddey is the leader in assists, but is out due to illness, and therefore the current leader in assists is Gilgeous-Alexander with an average of 5.2 per contest. The Thunder are averaging 20.3 assists and 12.8 turnovers for an assist-to-turnover ratio of 1.6. The Dallas Mavericks have been in a bit of a rut as they've lost 5 of their past 8 games, but they will be looking to build some momentum after blowing past the Kings in a 112-96 road win on Friday. Kristaps Porzingis led the team with 24 points, 9 rebounds and 6 assists. Jalen Brunson added 23 points with 8 assists, while Reggie Bullock chipped in with 16 points. As a team, the Mavericks shot 51% from the field and 9 of 22 from the three-point line as they fell behind early after allowing an alarming 39 points in the first quarter, but they regrouped and dominated the second and third quarters by a combined 60-37 to make it look easy in the end. All 5 starters finished in double figures in scoring, while no bench player scored more than 8 points. Our second betting advice is to pick under the total.